I went to, I told you last time, to Murphy Ranch a couple weeks back.
Oh, yeah. That's right. And we were going to expound today. How was that, bro?
It was dope. Murphy Ranch, for those of you that don't know, was a ranch that was built in 1933 by Winona and Norman Stevens. And they signed the deed under the name Murphy. That's why it's called Murphy Ranch.
Okay.
And they were supported by the Silver Legion, which was a Nazi political party here in the United States, one of a few that actually existed. Actually had 15,000 members. And the Silver Legion was ran by a guy named William Dudley Pelley, who started the Silver Legion in 1933. And anyways, this ranch was a 5,000-acre ranch here in Pacific Palisades, over by Rustic Canyon, right off Sunset, behind Will Rogers State Park right there.
Yeah.
And so they had a guy that ran the place named Herr Schmidt, and he prophesied that Germany would defeat the U.S. in the coming World War, and they would hide out at the ranch until the end of the war and then rise and rule the United States with their master race.
See, I didn't know the backstory on it, but I've been there too.
Yeah.
When you spoke on it, I think I told you I've been to one of those Nazi compounds. And then when you sent me the pictures, I was like, yep, that's it.
Yeah.
It's changed, obviously, because the graffiti, it's a popular spot for graffiti artists. So it looks a little different. But I noticed the building in the background. I was like, yo, I've seen that.
Yeah.
And my boy Open Mind, when I was with this group, Gifted Ones, he took me down there and we did some promo. And yeah, we had a gnarly story because we got lost and it got dark. So yeah, that hike is pretty cool.
Hell
man.
yeah. Yeah, but trip on this. So just a little bit more background information on this, you guys. There was thousands of citrus nuts and other trees. There was a huge refrigerator and butchery, like a deli type deal with meat and all that, storage type deal, built into the mountain, underground tunnels.
Okay.
Thousands of stairs. There's like this huge home. And what was dope was, there's that creek right there. It's Rustic Creek.
Yep.
And that water was there. They were self-sustaining. They had their own water source. They didn't need any public water or anything. So I thought that was really dope. They had a wrought iron fence that was built by actually a black architect. And his name was Paul Williams. Okay. And he was a pretty well-known architect. And she hired him. And when they came home, they were like, what the fuck? Like, you hired a black dude? Because, like, they're into the fucking white supremacy shit, or the Germanic supremacy, whatever you want to call it. And when the guy went through his portfolio and saw everything he'd worked on, because that guy that I'm talking about, Paul Williams, you guys, if you look him up, Paul Williams is a black architect, very, very well established and very well known. And so she made the right call. He designed, actually, the wrought iron electric gate and the stone wall that was in the front then. That's since been demolished. Anyways, the hike out there was dope, bro. What I did was, I'm terrified of heights, right? So I didn't want to go up that fucking mountain way, because I had went out there the day before with my youngest son, and I took literally 25 steps up that fucking mountain and looked and saw all the open space and was like, I'm not going to be able to do this, dude. But I remember seeing, when I found it on the map, that there's a creek that runs right by it, that creek that they were using to supply their water with, and that runs to Sunset. And I was like, well, fuck, if I can just find where this creek
I think that's the way we went. That's how we found our way back.
Down the creek?
Down the creek.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if I can just go down this fucking creek, then I'll be good.
You see any snakes?
I didn't see any snakes.
We saw a snake.
Nah. But I hiked. I went down the creek, because when you enter off Sunset, it's private property on both sides. There's pads on both sides. It's private property, big ass pads. But waterways are not private property. Waterways cannot be a private property. So I made sure I hiked on the riverbank. Like, pretty much I was trudging back and forth through the creek until,
like the creek people?
Yeah, until there was no more pads.
Gotcha.
And then I came out that motherfucker. And the thing is, you make your hike a lot longer than it typically takes about 30 minutes, 25 minutes to get to Murphy Ranch on the big ass mountain hike trail, the normal one people take.
Yeah.
That one up there, that's only like a 25, 30 minute hike. This shit took me like 3 hours, fool. Because you're going over shit. I had to literally climb up a fucking like hill. That's why I saw that fucking beehive and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, we got there, bro, and it was me, my cousin, and his girlfriend, bro. And it was getting dark. And I knew because she was super bummed, bro. This girl like was so unprepared to come on this hike, bro. It was ridiculous. Him and I are dressed in like Levi's, fucking beanies, fucking work boots. She's in a fucking couture, like how do you call it? Like, you know, like a fucking tracksuit type deal. And fucking
posh.
Yeah. And fucking
you wore them work boots I seen right there, them hiking boots?
Yeah, the ones outside. Bro, and some Yeezys, bro.
She had some Yeezys on? Oh, yeah, I could see why.
She had some Yeezys.
Exactly. That's why she was pissed.
They were white. Bro, when we started.
Why y'all didn't tell her? Nobody warned her?
Bro, yeah. Like, I mean, dude, we're going on.
She thought this was an Instagram moment?
I don't know what the fuck it was, but, man, she was so bummed.
She should have brought the Yeezys in her backpack.
But look, here's
and
her,
put them on once she got where she was
here's
going.
her sweet revenge, though, is to come back then. I agreed to make it faster.
You carried her on your back.
No, bro. I agreed to take that fucking mountain trail that I'm terrified of, dog.
Good for you.
And I was so fucking scared up there that eventually the first like 20 minutes I was cool. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, yo, I started panicking at this one spot, bro. I don't know why. It was just like fucking felt like imminent death. And you know I'm epileptic, so I didn't want to like pass out up there and have a seizure. So I told my cousin, I was like, hey, Andres, come here, dude.
Imminent death.
Yeah, I swear to God, that's what it feels like when I'm so scared like that. I was like, hold my arm, so if I fall, you can like guide me.
Fall with me.
You can guide me to the floor. No, you can guide me to the floor, and I don't bust my fucking head open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hold my fucking arm.
Yeah.
So, but the funny thing is, there's people up there like riding bikes and shit, and they're passing us. And as they're passing us, I start realizing, I'm like, damn, this fool's holding my arm and shit. I go, damn, they probably think we're a couple, dude.
Start feeling a little vag.
You're like holding my arm and shit, and they're passing and shit. One dude,
your vag was getting wet a little bit.
Look, man,
sorry, I'm listening.
Listen. My fucking this one dude fucking went like 6 inches from the edge of the thing on his bike. I couldn't believe that shit. I was sick to my stomach. So anyways, it gets worse.
Probably to avoid you, so he saw how scared you were.
It gets worse. Nah, you couldn't tell it was fear. I'm telling you, it just looked gay. Because I wasn't like, or like stumbling. I just kept it moving and just told this fool, hold my arm. So if I pass out, you got me.
Yeah.
And he's like, cool. So it literally looked like someone holding a date on their arm. Like, yeah, I'm having such a good time. So anyways, we finally finished this fucking disastrous fucking hike, whatever.
And you guys have a chick with you too, right? To make it even better.
Yeah, whatever.
With some Yeezys on.
Fuck it, man. And we fucking, I get back home and I'm tired as fuck, bro. So I knock out and I wake up, and when I wake up, I got fucking this like pain in my arm, and I go and I look and I see a black dot, and I go, fuck, I already knew what it was. It was a tick. Gross. So I grabbed those. Where are they? Oh, they're over there. I grabbed those fucking weed scissors, and you're supposed to burn it first, like with a match or with something hot, like warm up a fucking safety pin or something and poke it so it'll let go, and then you pull it out. But I was just like so disgusted that I was like, fuck, and I grabbed them scissors and pulled it, and it popped.
So you didn't Google it or nothing. You just went at it.
No, I already knew. You knew
what to do.
Yeah, I already knew what to do.
And still didn't do it?
Man, because I was disgusted.
You had a lighter right
I wanted
there.
that motherfucker off me. So then I was like, damn. So I went down below to the main house, and
sound like you're on a ship.
I got a fucking tweezer.
Went down to the lower deck.
Yeah, in the submarine. And fucking I went down and got the tweezers, and I'm like pulling the rest of this fucking thing out of me and shit.
Man.
Yeah, gross, right? And then I feel the same pain, bro, all of a sudden on my back, and I'm like, nah, dog. And I look over my right shoulder, and there's a tick on my fucking right shoulder, and I'm just like, damn, bro, serious? So I go and get my fucking son, and I'm like, hey, my oldest son, and I was like, hey, I need you to help me with these fucking ticks. And he's like, what? And I was like,
multiple.
I got ticks. And it was like 2 a.m, so I woke him up. So he comes out and he gets the tick off, and then I swear to God, fool, I just started realizing like, yo, I feel the same pain in my hips, and I look down, one on each hip, bro.
Oh, damn.
I had 4 ticks on me, fool.
Shit.
4 ticks, and I swear to God, when I saw the 2 on my hips and I realized how close they were to my dick, I didn't even care that my son was right there. I just dropped everything, fucking my trousers, my motherfucking boxers, everything came down. I didn't give a fuck, and just grabbed my dick and my balls and started investigating. And he's like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" And I was like, man, this is like fucking Stand By Me when he had the leeches all over his dick. Remember that part?
No, but that's terrible.
Yeah,
I'm mad because you said trousers. We only say trousers when you're pulling down dropping trowel.
That's what I'm saying. I had to drop trowel.
You ain't never said trousers.
Yeah, I'm dropping trowel. I had to. The shit was serious, bro. Serious. I swear, dude. I swear. I had a suspicion. I was like, dude, there's gonna be one on my dick, but there wasn't. There wasn't. There was two on my fucking hips. One on each hip.
That one though.
One on each hip and one on my fucking right shoulder, and then one right here on my left like deltoid area right there. And what's crazy is
you still got one on your dick. You named her, huh?
Him. Thank you very much. He identifies as a her. Him.
Them.
It. Yeah. He identifies as a tick.
Oh man.
But what was I gonna say?
I don't know. Coronavirus imported fear from China.
That shit was whack, bro.
Get it now at cushionchemtrails.com.
That shit was whack, bro. But anyways, the ranch itself is cool,
ticks,
and that's the story of the ranch.
You
and
would
the
swear
story
you
of the
got in
Silver
some
Legion.
water, bro. How did the ticks get on you? Did you have your shirt off?
That's what I'm tripping on. How did they get on me?
That's what I want to know.
No, I didn't. I had a jacket on.
That is super strange.
But look, I had a jacket on, and then at one point I took it off and I tied it around my waist.
They might have been on the jacket.
They might have been on the jacket.
Because that makes sense for the two being on your waist.
Yeah.
Damn, G.
I don't know what happened,
And then the other one was where? On your back. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You tied it on your waist. And the other one was where? Your arm?
Right here.
Your shoulder.
Probably crawled up right here.
Man.
Gross little
Once
bastards.
you took off your fucking jacket.
Yeah.
That's when, damn. Yeah. That's crazy.
Because I do remember hitting bushes. There's these bushes that have like
so you
thorns
went through
on them.
Shit.
Yes.
Gathered the ticks.
Yes.
Tie them around you.
Yes.
And said, have at me.
Mm-hmm.
Then you put your jacket back on later. Or they could have even got on you then. Who knows?
Who knows when it happened? But it was horrible.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
And even right now,
I never encountered a tick.
It fucks
I don't
me
want
up.
to.
I had one before
I think
that.
Dogs don't.
Yeah,
dogs
fuck yeah.
yeah.
I've had to pull them off my dogs.
Yeah.
But so there was that Silver Legion, but trip on this. So they had 15,000 members, and then the guy William Dudley Pelley, he ends up getting arrested and then paroles in 1950, and it kind of fades off as an author about New Age books and UFOs and shit.
Now, were they similar to like how you talked about on our Manson episode with Mr. O'Neilly with 2 L's? Shout out Mr. O'Neilly.
Mr. O'Neill.
O'Neill, sorry.
Tom O'Neill.
I'm putting the extras on it.
With 2 L's.
Putting the extras on it.
O'Neilly.
You know how the whole narrative was they were going to wait until the war was over and then arise again.
Yeah, the Silver Legion was the guys that were there. The silver shirts, and they had silver shirts, and then they had a red L.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay.
For loyalty and like legion, I guess, you know.
So they were going to arise once the World War was over.
Right, and that was them in there, and they had 15,000 members at one time. But then there's another group that has twice as many members, and it's called the American Bund. And that's spelled V-A-N, V as in Victor, A-N as in Nancy, B as in boy, U-N as in Nancy, D as in dog. Van Bund, American Van Bund. And that started March 19th, 1936. They had 30,000 members. And the leader was Fritz Julius Kuhn, a veteran of World War I. He fought for the Bavarian infantry for Germany. And then he immigrated here. They let him come here.
Salute.
They let him be a fucking resident, and he opens a headquarters in Manhattan. He travels to Berlin in 1936. He takes a picture with fucking Hitler, right? Because that's when the Olympics were. And then, was it February 20th, 1939? He has what's called the Pro-America rally at Madison Square Garden.
That's the one you showed me?
And that's the footage I showed you. Bruh. You guys, look this up.
Holy.
Look it up. A night at the Garden, N-I-G-H-T, a night at the Garden, and it's about the American Van Bund, and they had 20,000 people.
It looked like that
in Madison Square Garden.
that Donald Duck Hitler cartoon come to life. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, and they're all in Nazi attire. They have American flags. What they had was a mix of American nationalism and Nazism. So they had George Washington
illuminated
exactly in the middle on a huge banner, and all these American flags, and then Nazi flags in between with the swastika.
And the garden, let me tell you, people, was sold out.
Yeah.
Kush and Chemtrails, the world's most dangerous podcast.